I'm aggravated, but y'all don't care. Let's talk about 911. So you start off, there's this woman going into surgery. She just going into plastic surgery, outpatient, whatever. And she counts down from, 10 or 100 or however. She wakes up and her doctors and anesthesiologists and nurses and them are just all laid out. She calls 911, says, "Hey girls, everybody laid out. I'm not living for this." So they come, they got their hazmat suits on, trying to figure out what's going on. Long story short, girl, because I got to get this out the way, it disturbed me. So long story short was, they were doing construction in the building, and one of the construction workers, or a couple of them, I don't know how it went, but somebody cut the line to the anesthesia, and there was a leak, and every single living body in the building except sis fainted. Honey, they were knocked out. One of the construction workers landed on a saw. Took me through it. Sis in the hospital room, when they got to her, her neck was all peeled down, and I was like, okay, that's a lot. They said, "Sis, don't move, honey. Your face is still kind of, it's loosey-goosey. It's loosey-goosey. We don't have to, we don't have to glue it down for a quick moment while we transport you to the hospital. They're going to get you all, together." She sat up, and her forehead detached from the rest of her up here, and it just flopped down over her eyes, and I screamed. I couldn't focus on the rest of the episode because Sis's forehead had flopped down over her eyes, and I screamed. It really took me there. I'm still distressed and disturbed, but that's what happened. Let me get into these notes so I can tell you what happened. Athena Bernadine's parents are here. Her mama is trifling and raggedy. I'm gonna get this on out the way. It's gonna be a real quick review, because I don't feel like dwelling on things that get on my nerves. Athena Bernadine's mama meets Bobby for the first time. Bobby and Athena, they real serious. I forgot he proposed. Did I see him propose? I don't remember, but he's proposed. Now they engaged, and it's all nice and all of that. The mom and daddy come in. The mama's shady boots. She's, talking about, "I didn't realize you were so tall," because we all know Bobby's white. I mean, you can't miss it. He's white. So she shades him on being white by misdirecting the comment and saying, instead of white, saying tall. And just rude. At some point, Bobby and Athena's son, the baby, the boy, they were working on a science project or something all over the table. Athena said, "Well, can y'all get this, get this together?" Bobby said, "All right, cool, I'll clean it." Athena said, "No. At some point, you're gonna have to stop being fun, Bobby, and start being stepdad. You're gonna have to put some rules in order." He says, "You're right. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna tell him to clean it up, whatever." He goes out there and says, "Hey, little boy, come clean, clear the table. We gotta eat." The little boy says, "All right, cool, in a minute." He says, "No, now we got to clear the table now, because I told you now." The grandmama steps in and says, "Who are you to tell him you're not his father? They are not your children. And I'm so sorry for what happened to your children, but that does not mean that you can play father with these children." And I'm just sitting here like, you had to be so nasty. It was nasty enough that you stepped in when this boy needed to clear the table. You want to eat? What did the woman say at the church service? "I know y'all want to eat, right?"
I know y'all want to eat, right? I know.
And instead of allowing the boy to clear the table so that you may eat, you decided to chew out this man for what reason? For no reason. And then, on top of that, you decided to bring up the fact that his entire family was killed. I turned to my mama, because me and my mama watched the show. I turned to my mama and I said, "You would have had to leave my house immediately. Instantaneously." Because Athena came out and was like, "You gotta go." The mama said, "We'll leave your house in the morning." You would have had to leave my house right then. Because who asked you to jump crazy like that? Who asked you to do all of that? Nobody. Ignorant. In the words of Michael Jackson, it's ignorant. So we find out for sure Connie Britton ain't coming back. I have been holding out hope. I've been sitting here waiting, trying to see, is Connie Britton coming back? Because I love her. She's my fave. She's not coming back, and we have, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and she's starting to grow on me, but She's not Connie Britton. And I mean, honestly, it's no disrespect to, you know, JLH, but she's not Connie Britton. She's just not. And they had her just disappear so suddenly with the hope that she'll come back, and she never did. So I'm sitting here, me and Buck, sitting here looking at the window waiting on her to come back, and she ain't coming back. It was rude. It was rude. They could have at least let the audience know she's not coming back. Don't look for her. It was rude. Anyway, so there was a shark attack on the freeway. I cannot begin to explain to you how the shark bit this man on the freeway. I can't tell you because I don't know. There was a truck transporting the shark from one location to another. That's not my business. Some kind of way it done bit this man. How? Because we see the truck and it's skidding, it's turning all over on the side or whatever, and it, you know, we see the crash and then it goes to commercial break. Come back, this man is in the shark's mouth. How? And they talking about she got to get water or she'll die. What about this man in her mouth? He's inside of her mouth, between her teeth, being eaten, about to be digested. And y'all worried about her dying. Girl, the ghetto. So, and then he had the nerve to be like, oh no, I don't want her to die. She's overcome so much. Captivity? That's y'all fault. Somebody got to die today. One of y'all niggas got to die. That's how I would have been. If I was the shark, I can understand. Y'all done captivated me. I'm held captive. Somebody get me to the ocean, or one of y'all niggas dying. She laid her demands out plain. She told y'all in whatever language shark speaks, I guess bubbles. She blew some bubbles and let y'all know, hey girls, I know that y'all think that I'm a cute little, you know, something to be put in your aquariums and things. But somebody got to get me to the ocean or somebody's going to die. First chance I get to bite a human, I'm biting a human. It's just, it is what it is. And so she saw that human. I don't know how the human got his arm down in her mouth, but it was in there. And now they laid out on the freeway. And they pouring water on her. And again, that's not how sharks live. Sharks don't live from being basted with water. They have, the way their gills work, they have to actually be swimming to live. So that was stupid. They pouring buckets of water on her trying to keep her alive. That's not what's going to do it. She got to be swimming. She got to propel her body so that the water will go through the gills and provide her the oxygen she need not to die. But whatever. Long story short, they done got his arm. They got the jaws of life, cracked her jaw, opened her mouth up real good, got his arm out of there, took him to the hospital, took her back to the ocean. And I'm like, why y'all couldn't just leave her in the ocean to begin with? I don't understand. My mama was sitting over there like, well, when dogs bite people, they got to get put down. I guess you got to be a shark to bite somebody and live, go home. I was like, the nerve, the disrespect. Whatever. Anyway, so long story short, girl, they put that shark back in the water, and you know, they was trying to see, Lord, did we kill her? Is she dead? But she swam on, you know, to see what the end was gonna be. We get a phone call from little Stevie. Little Stevie says, hey girls, my daddy is trifling. He did something awful. And then his daddy gets on the phone and it's like, oh, what's going on? Hello? 911. Stevie called y'all because he got grounded, and I guess he thought that was an emergency. I'm going to deal with him accordingly. He going to be extra grounded. That's what that's going to be. So they send Athena Bernadine over to do a wellness check because, girl, it was suspicious. She get over there. She looking around, trying to see. The daddy's like, oh, hey, come on in. So sorry Stevie called you. You know, he extra grounded. Anyway, and Athena's like, well, can I speak to Stevie alone? So they go outside, sit on the porch, and, you know, he like he tells her everything's fine and that he was just being extra. She don't believe him because she never does. She know the truth. So she goes on. She tries to give him his card. I think he touched the card, but didn't take it. She took the card back with her, took it, ran the fingerprints, find out. Well, before that, well, during this time. So they running the fingerprints. In the meantime, she down at the dispatcher's office. She want to listen to the call. I'm trying to figure out how Jennifer Love Hewitt always got time to not be answering the phone, to be playing back these other calls. They don't have a department in the 911 dispatcher's office where somebody plays back the calls. It always got to be Jennifer Love Hewitt. All right. So they play back the call, and, you know, you hear him say, you know, they raise the volume of a certain part, and you hear him say, stay here, don't touch anything. So it's like, well, it's more than just the two of them in the house. Oh my goodness. So we see he done kidnapped a little boy, a 6-year-old little boy. Girl, the ghetto, just the ghetto. And then the fingerprints come back, and we find out that little Stevie actually was somebody else who was kidnapped when he was little, when he was about 6 years old as well. So they bust down the door, child, kick in the door, waving the 4-4. All you heard is Papa don't hit me no more. But wasn't nobody home. They found this little dungeon in the, like a little closet, a little tiny door that led to a little tiny room with a little tiny bed and a little tiny teddy bear. And they said, well, it looked like he was holding a child hostage in here. Long story short, you know, the little Stevie and the little brother that wasn't his brother, they've separated from the father. They in the train station. He done called 911. Jennifer Love Hewitt picks up the call because she the onlyest one. In the words of Much Love from KY, she the onlyest one in there with the phone. She the only one. Anytime you call 911 in LA, you gonna get Jennifer Love Hewitt on the line. You will. I'm gonna call her and ask her what the ghost is whispering today because I'm confused. Why she the onlyest one? Anyway, she transfers the call over to Athena. Athena like, what's going on? Where you at? He's like, I'm trying to get him back home. I don't know where home is though. I'm 13 and I'm confused. While that's going on, the daddy got the GPS tracking on his phone and find my iPhone. Found that boy. They running through the train station. I'm trying to see why he ain't yelling help. And then you see the man grab the kids. He got the knife against the little one's throat. The police got the guns on him. It gets real dangerous. You see the train. I'm thinking, Lord, he about to jump in front of the train. Is he gonna take the kids with him? It's a lot. But the train rides up, and exactly where that young man and them kids are standing, exactly where is the car that Athena's on. It's not a couple cars down. It's not a couple cars the other way. It's exactly where this boy and the churn is standing. The door open, is Athena with the gun. I said, look at God and how he works. These miracles. Anyway, so they capture him. What I'm missing? Oh yeah. So Chimney and Jennifer Love Hewitt going on a date. He's become friends with this guy. And halfway through the episode, my mama said, what if the guy is Jennifer Love Hewitt's ex-husband? I said, no, dagnabbit, no. But that's what happened. So Chimney going on a date with Jennifer Love Hewitt. He get there, he buzzed through her gate. She walk in. I'm like, what kind of fancy house she got? It's got a gate, it's got a walkway, look like it might have been a fountain. All on the 911 dispatcher salary. Work. I guess if you're the only one answering the calls. He walking through, he hears somebody behind him, but he don't see nobody because apparently he's not a diligent looker. And then all of a sudden he's being stabbed in the stomach. And I'm like, he's already been stabbed in the head with that cold couple seasons back. Why y'all can't let Chimney live? Let him live. Anyway, so he's stabbed. Then we see ex-husband come through the door. She thinking it's Chimney. She like, you'll never guess, because she just got off the phone with somebody from back where she from talking about, we can't find your ex-husband, honey. Listen, we can't find him nowhere, but we'll keep you abreast. And then she think it's Chimney coming in the door. She don't even turn around because that's white people. They don't turn around. They hit the door open. They're just like, honey. Anyway, and I'd be like, I hear the door open. I'm looking. Who is it? Oh, okay, come on in. I got to shoot. If I got to shoot, I'm shooting. Just letting you know. But white people, they love not looking at who coming in the door. Talking about some honey. Anyway, so true to form, Jennifer Love Hewitt would be like, you'll never guess what just happened. And ex-husband like, what just happened, girl? And she turned around and she's just, oh no. And then of course she gets punched in the face, and that's the end of the episode. The end. That was 911. Thank you for watching. Peace.